Hi, this is Suzie Cheel from SuzieCheel.com, and today I'm talking with Helen Raptopolous, also known as aka Helen Rappy, and I call her the Productivity Queen because Helen is somebody who is into getting herself and others to take action. She's been a business coach for the last 8 years. She has recently taken her entrepreneurial skills to the online marketplace to create products and services that help small business owners take more consistent action to move their business forward. Helen believes that action and accountability are two of the biggest factors for moving forward with any project or goal. Today, we're going to be talking about one of her very recent programs, which I'm actually part of. This is helping me become more productive and take more consistent action, which is called the 30-Day Productivity Challenge. Welcome, Helen.
Thank you so much, Suzie, for that great introduction. I'm happy to be here. This is fun doing a Skype video interview. I like it.
Yeah, as Helen says, Helen is in Canada and I'm sitting here in Australia. And for me,
Yes.
it's 6 a.m. in the morning. And for Helen,
so crazy.
it's 4 p.m. in the afternoon.
4 p.m. That's right. And a day behind you, no less. So this is just great.
So, Helen, was there a point in your life where you looked at why you need to be more productive? Was there something that set you on this path that has given you what I call this tag, the Productivity Queen?
And I love that tag, by the way. That's great to be a queen of anything, but a queen of productivity is quite an honor. So thank you. Yes, there is actually a place, maybe not a specific place where it all started, but I have been learning for as long as I can remember. Even in high school, I was reading personal development and self-help books when all my friends were reading fiction and fun stories. I've just always been interested in learning. And I would think by now I would have accomplished something really, really great for all of the books I've read and the classes I've taken, the seminars I've attended. And when I look at all the knowledge that I have accumulated, what's missing is the fact that I haven't taken action. I haven't implemented the things I've learned. I've always learned, gobbled it all up. And then what's next? What other book can I go buy? What other courses is being offered? And there was never a time when I would just stop and say, implement this. This is some good stuff here. This is going to move you forward. So that was a big learning curve for me, is to just be disappointed in myself, honestly, that I hadn't accomplished as much as I would have thought I would by now. I just turned 40. So it was about, where are you going to make some changes in your life? When is it going to happen?
I think that's really interesting. A lot of people relate to that. I know that, I relate to that. I've got shelves full of self-development books, and like you, I've done lots of courses and things like that. So I think sometimes we forget that the answers are inside of us.
Oh, yes.
And the other things help us propel us forward. But if we're not believing that we can do all these things and we're always looking outside for the next shiny, bright object, well, to me, this seems like something that you've overcome. And now that you've moved forward with this in your own life, you're now sharing the tools and the skills that you've gained to help other people to become more productive as well.
Absolutely. And you touched on a really important part that I usually mention, is that what I found out is that it is internally. Taking action and being productive is something that comes internally, and our success is already inside of us. And I know from my own personal experience, and I'm certainly not pointing fingers at anybody, but a lot of us seem to be looking outside of ourselves for that answer. And I sometimes refer to it as like a magic wand or a magic pill, where you just hope that you're going to read something or take a class or meet a new friend that is just going to smack everything into place for you. And that's that where we're always looking outside of ourselves, and it's not. It's inside. It's the minute you get sick and tired of not making progress, and you just get to that place where you realize that you are capable of so much more than you're demonstrating, and that it's up to you. It's your choice. What you do every day, there's all these choices, and every choice you make is either moving you closer to what you want to accomplish, or it is holding you back, and it's taking you in an opposite direction, or it's taking you backwards. And you have to say, I'm aware of this, and you have to make the choices every day that move you toward what you want to accomplish. There's just no magic wand that will do that for you, unfortunately.
It is unfortunate, isn't it? And we live in you and I live in very much in an online environment where every day there's a new magic shiny bullet that we can take.
There is every single day, maybe 10 a day minimum if you're on a lot of people's list. So yes.
So Helen, with the 30-day productivity challenge, you have a call that people can go on where you share some of your experience. Can you tell us how people what they'll get from going on this call?
Yeah, I have a free productivity training call that I do that I really go into great detail sharing the top 8 productivity tips that I really feel have made the biggest impact and difference for me in moving my business forward. And I go into great detail. And in this call, not only just sharing information, which is important, but I really want to take people away from getting more information and constantly what is that? Where you're just collecting it. Stop collecting information and start implementing it. So this call is not just to give you more information to add to your collection, but rather a place for you to stop and check in. Where can you actually make some changes right now in your daily habits, in the action habits that you take that will move your business forward? And so in this hour, it's only an hour, but I pack a lot in. I know I talk fast, I get excited, and I share my top 8 productivity tips, and I go into great detail about that. And at the end of that call, I will tell people about the 30-day productivity challenge and how they might get involved or look at that as an option for them in taking the next step. Once you decide you want to be productive and you know what it is you want to accomplish and you're good and ready, then I have a program for you, but you got to be ready. And so action is definitely required for the 30-day productivity challenge. And so I do talk about that a little bit at the end of the productivity call that I'll be doing.
But on the call, if somebody comes to the call with something, they're thinking, there's something I really want to get started. The steps that you're going to explain that you take, they'll be able to apply that to their own project. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. This will work for any project. It's really more of setting up some systems and a structure for yourself to move forward with your goal. And I can give you a hint right now. One of the biggest things that any person needs to know when they know what it is they want to accomplish is they need to focus on that and make that a priority above all else. And that includes all the distractions and all the other shiny bullets, as you put them, that come in our email box that say, do this and you'll learn to make 10,000 by next Sunday, and do this and you'll be a millionaire by the end of the year, and all these great promises, which I believe any one of those business models will work if you work them. The problem is that we jump from one to another to another to another, and we never see results. We never get progress. So yes, I will cover that. But the biggest thing to know is that when you know what it is you want to accomplish, and you're really determined that that is your priority focus, that it comes before all else, before you do social media, before you're on the calls, before you go out for lunch, before you see the movies. This is your priority project. You work on it until you get it done. And that's hard to do. It's a lot easier said than done anyway.
Absolutely. I know that, particularly as a bit of a social media junkie. But what I would say is, in you setting up the productivity challenge and a group of us that are in there, what's I have found is great is, besides meeting new wonderful people from around the world, that because of the way that you've structured it, there is a support structure there, and there's somebody else that you can yell out to if you feel like you're falling behind. So was that part of your idea in setting up this challenge, as well as she's a tough coach, I can tell you. She'll put questions up where you get the whip out, and provides calls twice a month to where you give us even more tips and things like that, but also where we can share our own wins, successes, as well as our struggles.
Yeah, and that is a big part, and that's one of the productivity tips that I talk about with my top 8 productivity tips is accountability. And having the fact that other people know what it is that you're committed to makes it so much more important to us to do it. And I don't know the whole psychology behind that because logically it doesn't make sense that somebody else means more to us as far as we don't want to disappoint them or let them down when we've made a commitment out loud. Yet, if we keep that commitment or that goal to ourselves, it's so easy to justify why we didn't get there. And we don't have to feel bad about ourselves because we didn't really tell anybody. And so there's just this little bit of extra effort and extra energy that comes from you in making your goals come true when you share them with other people. So accountability is absolutely vital, and it's really made a huge impact on me. It's made a huge impact on my clients. I mean, that's what any coaching program is, whether it's actually a coach, whether it's a fitness trainer. I mean, anything that has to do with paying money to work with somebody to get a desired goal is all about the fact that somebody else knows that this is your goal and now you're working toward it. And I'm going to be here every step of the way with you, watching you, and you have no choice but to succeed because you just can't go hide. Somebody knows, right? So that has a lot to do with it. Yeah.
I've heard so many people say that once you make that declaration out there, you think, well, I need to move forward with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to show up to any situation and tell somebody, I didn't do it what I said I would do. I didn't hold true to my commitment, or I got distracted, and you just don't. I that just made me think of a story. I had a cleaning business at one time when I was a teenager, and I actually had a lot of my customers say, like, it was great just to hire you because I actually cleaned my house knowing you were coming, which is really funny. It's like, I'm here to clean your house, and you went out of your way to like clean and organize everything. And so I don't know where that came from, but I just get crazy
I
ideas that
think
pop in
that
my head
is,
from nowhere.
but I think that is the crazy one. The thing is, isn't it? You clean up before the cleaner's coming.
Yes. Yeah, but
Whereas,
the point is the accountability of it. It's the fact that you told somebody that it's important to you to have your house clean, that you usually take action yourself because you're bringing somebody else over. It's just interesting how the accountability works in mysterious ways across the board. Financial planners, weight loss trainer, business coach, any kind of consultant. It's really important to work with other people, whether they're mentors, whether they're peers. It's just really important to have other people know what you want, what's important to you, because that holds it true for you. That holds that space for you to make it happen instead of finding some justification and some excuses why it's just not the right time for you. And that's not the case, right?
no, and the other thing is that with that, often we're in what I call hiding, and as you know, I work with people in hiding. The world's not seeing who we really are. We, you
Mm.
know, we stuck away, and nobody knows. And I know this for me myself. Until you actually out there and sharing, you don't know the difference that you're going to make in the world. And we all have a responsibility to shine.
That is so true. That is so true. We
Mm.
don't know. And it's very important that we share what it is that we have within us, whether we're afraid to or not, because that impacts other people, that inspires other people. And we
Mm.
can't possibly foresee that, but we all have a message, whatever that is, that will impact somebody. And so by playing small and staying home, or not following your dreams or playing as big as you know you can, you're not only hurting yourself, but you're potentially hurting the inspiration that you're putting out in the world. So take that one. It's so
So,
true.
a good starting point is to click on the link that's on the screen here, and that will take you through to the details for the call that Helen offers on productivity. So, if you're in that place where you just need maybe a little nudge, this is a great starting point.
Yeah, a little nudge is always good. Everybody needs that. I need that. Everybody needs it. It will
Well,
be a great call.
right. Well, thank you, Helen. Yes, I know the call will be great. So today I've been talking with Helen Raptopolous, the productivity queen. Thanks,
Yay.
Helen.
Thank you, Susie. It's been great. Bye.
Bye.